Lane 5, Didi Cooper, and they're away very evenly. It's Nehemiah up at the moment, but Nehemiah's clipped that hurdle. Foster's coming through. Foster it is in lane 6. Foster coming through with Milburn and Didi Cooper trying to battle it out. Foster wins, and what a surprise, and what a delight that is for start by Foster, but they get away very evenly on this second occasion, and Nehemiah it is over the second hurdle that shows in front, and then he gets into trouble. Hurdles 4 go down, hurdle 5 goes down, and it's at this point that Foster takes up the running. Cooper and Milburn battling for second and third place. Foster clips the 8th hurdle, but still drives through, quite a clear winner, and the final result there, Greg Foster with the fastest time in the world, 4 Cooper and 5 Nehemiah, and Nehemiah is away first. Nehemiah slightly in the lead at this point, but Cooper's with him, and Milburn in lane 3 hanging on, but Milburn slips back. Nehemiah going away as Cooper hits a couple of hurdles, and Tony Campbell coming through out in lane 7. It's a great win there. He is. Watch this even start. Nehemiah in the white vest, coming in right leg lead into the hurdle. Cooper's up there with him. Milburn's got a good first hurdle as well. Nehemiah, in fact, clipped that. Cooper's clipped a couple, and so has Milburn. So a lot of woodwork flying at this point in the race. Very, very evening. Nehemiah returning to top form after surgery. But what a great run this is for Tony Campbell out in lane 7 in the yellow vest. Smooth running by Nehemiah, sprinting straight through to the port on the run-in by Cooper. So just watch these three again head on. That's Milburn on the right, Cooper in the middle, and Nehemiah on the left-hand side. Nehemiah, we see taking that hurdle down. In fact, he took 5 or 6 hurdles out in this race, clipping a couple as he goes. Right leg lead for each of the hurdles, as indeed is Milburn, whereas you can see by contrast in the middle there, Cooper, in fact, leading with his left leg over each of the hurdles. A little bit untidy, Cooper, by comparison to the cool running, systematic hurdling of Nehemiah. Tremendous display of sprint hurdling. And the winning time for Nehemiah, 13.49.
4-4, so he too a force to be reckoned with, but all eyes on lanes 4 and 5. The former world record holder against the current world record holder, and they get away first time. Nehemiah, the smoothest thing ever seen, but he's being pushed now by Milburn. It's Nehemiah that's hitting the sticks, and Milburn getting away from it. Milburn, the 72 champion, having a great race, and coming past is Tony Campbell. Oh, and Nehemiah's pulled. Nehemiah has lost a shoe. Milburn, remember, in lane 4. Watch for the late challenge from Tony Campbell in 8, but Milburn chasing Nehemiah, who got to the first hurdle first. Hits that one. Milburn going away as Nehemiah hits that. You can see him coming back on his heels, rocking badly. Milburn hit one too. Coming hard is Tony Campbell, the American, in lane 8. Suddenly a gap has appeared. Nehemiah gets back, stumbles on landing. It's not a shoe. He lands badly.
Nehemiah in the semi-final slipped in the middle of the race. He wanted to finish second. It is Nehemiah out and Didi Cooper out. Nehemiah is in lane 5. Cooper is in lane 8. It is Ronaldo, Nehemiah, and Cooper. It is Nehemiah over the final hurdle, and he wins.
His bounce. He's going to come over this next hurdle, which is the 7th hurdle. He's going to hit it, and it'll throw him off. Right over this one, he hits it, throws him off. You can see him wobble to the side. He regains his balance, keeps running. Look at him come more back into the middle of the track, right on line. Now he knows he's won it. He's smiling over the last hurdle and right on through. Not the best race he's ever run, but you only have to win.
Race that Ronaldo,
Nehemiah and Greaves and Milburn, and what an experience for Wilbert Greaves. He's gone off very quickly, and Milburn going well, and so is Nehemiah and Milburn. These two at the front, and Foster, Greg Foster. Nehemiah and Milburn. Nehemiah first, Milburn second at the moment. Nehemiah first, Milburn second, Foster third. Wilbert Greaves there, sandwiched as we said. Milburn got a tremendous start, but so did Nehemiah. Nehemiah just about 10-1 for 100 metres, and that sort of speed he uses well. But look at Greg Foster in the yellow vest, left of picture. He's going well too. The 3 Americans way out in front. And look at the style and the rhythm of both Nehemiah and Milburn, and the strength. And Foster hit a hurdle badly there and suffered for it. But Nehemiah first, Milburn.
Be Arto Brigari of Finland. So Nehemiah well off. Nehemiah well in the lead at the moment, and Milburn in second, and Foster going well in lane 3. Foster and Nehemiah. Milburn out of it this time. Nehemiah first, Foster second, Milburn third. Nehemiah out in lane 5. hurdling, modified sprinting. Beautiful rhythm here, 10 yards between the hurdles, and his stride pattern fits it beautifully. Just for once, Rod Milburn on his left, struggling just a little bit, feeling the pressure of Nehemiah there. And Milburn can also see Greg Foster of the United States, another 13-2 athlete on, he's going well too. Those two together creating the pressure for the 1972 Olympic champion. But look at this rhythm. Nehemiah flowing beautifully here. And the margin just, well, a couple of meters, perhaps a little more. And that time so close to the world record.
Running in these 3A's championships. Next to him, Nigel Walker, then Graham Flood, then Mark Hatton, Duncan Cadman, Alan Sumner and Colin Richardson. First two through. And Skeets Nehemiah away well. And Walker. And look at the speed and incredible reaction of Nehemiah. Already a flight ahead of the rest of the field. Absolutely superb, and the crowd applauding. Sheer 2.6, 2.4, and look at him from the start. 10.24, his best time over 100 meters, and that's the sprinting speed showing here. But look at the trail leg, that's the left leg, how quickly it comes down off the hurdle and really gets into his sprinting. Skeets. Now just get a look from the front here. It's important sprinting speed, but watch the left leg, how quickly it comes through. The first stride off the hurdle, very important indeed. Notice how relaxed his shoulders are and how really balanced he is. Absolutely super. And the wind, in fact, is slightly against in this race. And look at this for sheer poetry. Just clips that one, but nevertheless, he's just over a flight ahead of the rest of the field, and 13 in 3, Moore in 4, Wilkinson in 5, then Rod Milburn, and Kelly left of picture in the outside lane. Milburn got a beautiful start there, already leading 2 or 3 meters ahead. Milburn showing once again that hurdling is modified sprinting. Milburn 3 or 4 meters ahead, photograph for second, that's for sure. Rod Milburn, a very wide stance in the set position. Good use of the arms here. Look at the aggressive approach to that first hurdle. As soon as you get to that first hurdle first, then you can relax just a little bit. But once again, here we see the trail leg coming through very quickly, allowing the athlete to get into the first stride quickly. Time in the air is time wasted. He clips that a little, loses a little bit of balance and moves to the right-hand side of the hurdle, but nevertheless, his forward momentum is not upset. A little bit tense in the shoulders, obviously out to impress and to run a good time here. He's certainly not pressed by the opposition at this stage, but look at the powerful run in from the last hurdle. That's determination from the former Olympic champion.
For the 110 meters hurdles, Mark Holton is with him. He's got another good American on his right, Tony Campbell. Away he goes. Nehemiah first to the first hurdle, and really going away already. 2 meters, 3 meters. Milburn, Galt going after him, and the other American, Campbell. But look at this, as he pours it on and flows over the hurdles and gets there by about... His time of 13.17 is the second fastest run in history. Watch this man pour over the hurdles. He generally throws his foot at the right-hand side, giving good clearance on the left-hand side. He's already edged the other Americans. They're under pressure from the word go. Rod Milburn in lane 2, Willie Galt in 3, this good American Tony Campbell in 5. Mark Holton has started badly, but he does come back towards the end of the race. They're all really watching Milburn flow over the hurdles. Willie Galt is in second at the moment. Tony Campbell is about to overtake him and go into second, and Mark Holton is running splendidly as he goes to the tape. Look at that, he's making up a place, and in fact he's going to get third. Tony, get to the first hurdle first. How often we've said that. The keynote to good hurdling. Great sprinting. And now watch how his foot lands after the hurdle. It tends to throw him slightly off balance, but because he throws his left arm forward at the same time as he throws his right lead leg, he counteracts that twist. And now it's marvelous hurdling. He's settled the race, that's over. It's now about form over the obstacle. Throw the lead leg straight at the obstacle, and then keep the head and shoulders going forward and fluently, as in good sprinting. And I must say that Mark Holton finishes off this race extremely well, but that is immaculate hurdling. The world record holder running the third fastest time ever. Only Greg Foster has run faster than than this race that we see here. That's 13.10 that heads this season's rankings.
But 1 and 5. Nehemiah wearing red. And Nehemiah away beautifully at the moment. So is Foster. Foster ahead at the moment. Foster from Nehemiah. Greg Foster. Nehemiah coming back. Now Nehemiah. Nehemiah from Foster. Nehemiah first. Foster second. And now from the start, Greg Foster got away beautifully. So did Nehemiah. These two into the first hurdle. Both sprinting well at this stage. Modified sprinting. Look at the aggressive approach, but relaxed approach to the first hurdle. They're both pretty even at this stage. Greg Foster now starts to go into a little bit of a lead. Foster certainly had command of the early part of this race after a good start. Foster very much bigger and stronger than Nehemiah, but Nehemiah now beginning to use the rhythm that his technique affords him. A good fast trail leg, his lead leg hits the deck pretty quickly, and Foster now even having to chop to make these 3'6" barriers. Foster in a little bit of trouble now, under pressure as he sees Nehemiah going away. Nehemiah now capitalizes on it, and the time confirmed 12.93 for Ronaldo Nehemiah. So 2 world records tonight in Zurich with the American hurdler.
Developed this season. He competed in Superstars and won the American final, and that extra power around the shoulders was just enough to see him ahead of Greg Foster. Right from the very start, he established his superiority, just got that half a yard, which meant that Foster was seeing him through his eyes with every stride he took. And it meant that he was dictating the race from the front. And he was travelling so fast on this new stadium track here in Zurich that he was coming right up high on the hurdles, had no problem with hitting the woodwork at all. And it's his leg speed between the hurdles that delivers these fast times. Nehemiah running so well between the hurdles. Look how his leg comes over and then snaps down to get into his running, because while you're in the air, you're losing time. So that leg snaps down and he really races. And Foster, who's run 13.1 this year, heading the world rankings until now, is trying everything he can, but he can't hold the sheer power over the last hurdle. You see it now. Nehemiah sets himself up and then really drives for the line. He's really sprinting very, very, very fast. Faster, in fact, than any man.
For what promise in lane 7. The man nearest the camera as you watch. Way to go first time, and Foster got a beauty, but Nehemiah's with him as well. Foster was quickly away, and Foster's gone right through 2 hurdles and is out of the race. Nehemiah leading in a moment. On the far side of lane 2 is D.D. Cooper. Nehemiah, D.D. Cooper, and they're off the blocks well. He was pressing Nehemiah at the first, and then came undone. He was all wrong at 2, and he couldn't even take off at the 3rd hurdle. And from then, Skeets and Nehemiah living up to his name. So quick through the air, going away all the time. D.D. Cooper in lane 2 had a fine run, but he was under pressure all the time from Tony Campbell. And in the end, with Nehemiah winning, and the time still to be confirmed, D.D. Cooper and Tony Campbell in a photograph. In fact, the television clock was wrong.
Starts anxious to get away quickly, and he gets away well ahead of Foster. And Nehemiah hurdling brilliantly, and he's leading all the way this time. Brilliantly sprinting between. Foster's trying to close the gap, but Nehemiah is away and clear. Foster stumbled on that one. Away very quickly indeed. Really, Nehemiah always leading from Foster, and Foster has a bad latter part of the race in trying to close the gap to improve his sprinting. Really, on the last 2 hurdles, he's going badly, whereas Nehemiah is really hurtling away. The more upright sprinter gets back on the ground and does the job. That's the one that Foster hits badly. Now watch this one as well.
Harry Schulting from Holland and Europe in 2. Walter Beck from the G. Stars is Rod Milburn, the 1972 Olympic champion, but he's still going well. And it's Nehemiah already in the front. Milburn's up there, so too is Foster, but Foster takes that hurdle out and Milburn wins it easily on the line. He's season clash. It's hurdling relatively smoothly. It's not as smooth as he would like, but the big man Foster in lane 2 does well to get up to the first hurdle as quickly as that, trying to dictate the pace of the race. Nehemiah over in lane 4, stretching a little bit for that second hurdle, but then beginning to clip his stride as the rhythm picks up. Foster is still with him, but then he really bounces that hurdle. You see it come up behind him. He loses a lot of rhythm, and that gives Nehemiah the chance to shoot through and win in 6.9.
disciplines them.
The man to beat in this 50-yard hurdles.
Excellent starter from Canada, Joe Young, disciplines them.
Nehemiah away quickly, being challenged by Foster. It's Nehemiah and Foster, and Nehemiah is the winner. He was in 79 and 81.
And an excellent start. 8 electrically fast strides to this first hurdle. Already he's ahead, challenged only by Foster. 3 mighty quick strides in between. Superb low clearance of these hurdles, stretching out these limbs, taking that 4th flight, keeping low, getting down on the ground and leaning in for a good meet of victory. Clearly, the finest high hurdler. The
time for that 50-yard hurdles was fast, but we didn't realize until 9-8. And tonight, with a clocking of 5, who broke 13 seconds last year. Oh, and he's away well. And Milburn going well, and so is Willie Galt in lane 2, but Nehemiah out on his own. Nehemiah's winning this. Galt in second. Milburn